Let's do this.
Pretty bumpy, pretty bumpy. Pretty bumpy, pretty bumpy. Hold on tight, it's gonna get pretty bumpy. It's gonna get pretty bumpy.
As we take the first corner on our penultimate lap, it's a whole gaggle of cars behind Dark Barrel. We got Startlecaster, Noid, Dreamers, Lucky News, Eddie Jordan, and some German guy in ninth whose name I cannot see on the board, so I cannot say. Very sorry, player. But it's a bit of a sad story. The sad story about this race is that Dark Barrel could have been in contention to win the race, but he made a mistake. The guy we were on board with, Startlecaster, was in contention of getting a W, and he himself made a mistake. The both of these guys made some silly mistakes, and now they're out here driving with the red mist as they're leading a convoy that's fighting for third place. Look how much curb that Barrett took. These guys are on fire. Hopefully the red mist doesn't mess them up to where they start making big mistakes, because right now they're the fastest cars on the track. You guys see the purples. They got a bit of a small gap to Noid and Dreamers, who are going to struggle in this section. Oh, looks like Noid and Dreamers had some contact, which is gonna make their problems a bit worse now, because in this section those front-wheel drive Megans understeer, so they're gonna lose a bit of ground to Dark Barrel and Startlecaster, as it looks like. Dark Barrel and Startlecaster are catching up to Nitro, who's in a Scooby, man. They look to be about to try ruin my nice looking 1-2. I love the Evo that HSH is driving in first place. I love the Scooby that Nitro's driving in second place as we get on board with it. But the Scooby is not fast in a straight line, and he understeers as the Costa King attacks Nitro. He gets the pass done. Even with that, Nitro still trying to fight back, but in this section of track, that Scooby struggles with understeer. Kazunori, you need to fix the Scooby, man. It understeers and it's slow in the straight. It's not nice, man. If they're on board with Startlecaster, sending more purples, he's on course to set the fastest lap of the race. Nitro understeers out the corner. Startlecaster says, "Merci beaucoup, thank you, Monsieur. I am out of here." And Startlecaster takes the place. Wow, what an exit! But the damn Scooby, man, that typical Scooby understeer, you cannot cure it. You cannot cure it, man. Kazunori needs to fix, and Polyphony need to fix the Scooby as we hit the final lap. HSH looks to have this in the bag, because as fast as Dark Barrel and Startlecaster are going, look at the distance HSH has. If these guys did not make their mistakes on the first and second lap, they could be fighting for a W, but nonetheless, let's enjoy this battle for second. On board again with Startlecaster, here's the apex. I am amazed at what Startlecaster has done with the Group 3 and the Group 4 Honda NSX we're on board with right now. These cars are trash, man. Most people won't even touch a Group 3 NSX because it's tough to drive. I won't touch it. I tried to like it, but it's such an annoying car. And Startlecaster showing us how lovely he's got this setup. Clips a bit of curb. He's gonna get some slipstream on the bridge. It's time to attack. Game on for this second place. Will the Costa King be able to withstand the pressure? They're already going slower than their previous laps, which were both 219s. but because of this battling, and speaking of battling, Stratocaster trying to go on the outside, but he's not gonna get it done. The Costa King says, nah, I may be rolling the Caterpillar livery, but don't forget who I am. I am the Costa King. So no, sir, that is not gonna happen. As we get on the back straight, Stratocaster is gonna have a Thomas slipstream in the NSX. I cannot believe what Stratocaster is done with his NSX. It is amazing. He drives it all the time, and it's done him dirty so many times, but he looks to have gotten it set up well now. Stratocaster in the slipstream, and this next corner is a tough one because if you go on the inside, you're not gonna get a good exit. Stratocaster thinks better of it. The Costa King misses the apex. Stratocaster gets it. He's gonna have a good exit, but getting a pass on the outside here is tough. And Costa King's like, nah, sir, I am here. You can't pass me on the outside. Man, hell no, it ain't gonna happen. But this section where Stratocaster got the pass on Nitro, he looks to get out of here like a slingshot. My goodness, look at the speed he's carrying. The Costa King defense, he comes to take the proper line, and Stratocaster outbreaks him. There's no way Stratocaster's gonna make this corner. Oh, what, he makes it. He makes it! I thought he was gonna hit the curb, and Stratocaster gets second place! What a battle, my goodness! If only you guys didn't make that mistake, you would have been battling for the win, man. Whew! Lucky he's out here. He had a close call. He hit the grass, almost lost it, but he's managed his tires. He's cleaned them back up now. Will he be able to bridge a big gap like he had before? I'm very doubtful of it because Nitro, FVM, and BM are all within striking distance. We had Ford Ranger with us, but he made a mistake at the carousel. Almost got it crossed up, but he saved it. He's not too far behind us. We see him in the rear view of BM's car right now as we are about to get the end of this race, man. These guys have been together not even these guys have been together the whole entire race. Who is going to get this W? Lucky is at a slight disadvantage because he's gonna be slipstreamed on the final straight. However, he should get slipstreamed, but I know Lucky's a gentleman, Nitro's a gentleman, FV's a gentleman, BMSQL's a gentleman, Ford Ranger pickup is the tasteful gentleman out here, and these guys are not going to slipstream each other on the straight, which is a bit of a shame because, hey man, it's spec racing. I can only be so much faster, no matter how I get out the corner, man. I'll just slipstream, man. But I'm not a gentleman. That's probably why I'm not racing right now. As Lucky is about to get to mini carousel out here. We got 4 cars battling for the lead. We take the mini carousel. Lucky gets in nicely. FG looks to have gotten messed up. Oh no! Oh no, FG was in prime position to get this W. He was in a good position to get the possibility of getting this W. Makes a mistake. So the carousels have cost us Ford Ranger. And FVSBM gets a great exit onto the dotting her. Nitro gets mollywopped. Nitro and Lucky seem to have gotten bad exits onto the dotting her. And we're out here. The white, I told you, these guys would not slipstream because they are gentlemen. Hey man, you should be slipstreaming, man. This is spec racing, man. My car's not gonna be faster than yours. Lucky in the middle, BM on the left, and Nitro on the right out here as we're about to hit the gantry. Looks like Lucky's all good, but now Nitro can't avoid the slipstream because he has to take the gantry in the best fashion. Ford Ranger, the tasteful gentleman, looks to have been getting a bit of slipstream. He's out here showing you how you should be racing these guys. You need to take every advantage you can, but Lucky takes the final chicane with precision. Is he gonna get it? BM is harassing him. Nitro's not too far behind him. Ford Ranger caught up on the brakes. Lucky avoiding the slipstream, grabbing some curb, and he gets it. BM almost had him. A few more meters and BM might have got that, man. The MX-5s are always lovely, man, because you get action all the time. All Bo Snipe has to do is just stay in the front for the next couple of laps and he will get this W. But that's easier said than done. Even though he's driving that rapid DBR9, he is struggling big time in the infield. We got Mr. McHenry, who's slightly faster than him in the corners and not too bad in the slipstream, but he still cannot get it done. Then we got Stratocaster, who we get on board on cue, thank you director, who is supremely quick in the corners, supremely quick on the brakes, but it's been a tough struggle because the Viper is a humongous car. The Aston Martin is a humongous car. They're tough to pass in the corners, even though he's trying his damnedest, and they're so slow, so he is not getting to extract the maximum performance. But I think with some clear air, Stratocaster would have this, and he's trying to put his car in a position to force Mr. McHenry to give him way, but that ain't happening. And we got DJM Rules Over You in 4th place, who was in the lead, but he made a silly mistake and it dropped him down to 4th. He's on a bit of a recovery trip as Mr. McHenry attacks. He gets in the 1st place, but he's gonna lose it out because he takes the wider line. Bo Snipe on the inside. We get to the infield out here. It's staying the same as it was, staying in the status quo we had the previous lap. Bo Snipe out here leading everybody. He's gonna have to use the best attribute of his Aston Martin, which is just getting on the straight and flying away. Mr. McHenry is pushing. Ooh, you see the wiggle from Mr. McHenry and DJM, and we got Eddie Jordan in a 2nd Peugeot who's caught up. He's showing us the speed of the Peugeot in clear air. We get on the final straight, and this is the rehearsal Bo Snipe needs. This is all he needs in order to make sure he gets this W in the DBR9. But my goodness, that DBR9 should be elite. It's so quick in the straight, but the amount of understeer it has, you know what? I don't mind the DBR9 being so quick. And look, they gap Stratocaster on the straight, even though he has the slipstream. As soon as we get to turn 1 out here, Stratocaster says that I am back and I'm gonna make your life hell. Stratocaster has to try and push these guys into mistakes. He has to put his car in positions that he would not normally put it in, because you see how much pace he has getting purples on the final lap. As you see, Mr. McHenry messes up his entry into the, and we get into this curve out here. I know the name of this corner, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get it wrong. Stratocaster trying to straddle in the middle. It ain't happening. Mr. McHenry attacking once again, and will he have the lead this time? It looks like no. He's gonna be on the outside again, and the rapid Aston Martin's gonna get past us again. It's a weird situation. This is the Aston Martin supreme in a straight line. The Viper not too bad in a straight line and decent in the corners. Stratocaster bad in a straight line, but amazing in the corners. And then we got a nice balanced car with DJM in 4th position. Bo Snipe has done this for the last 3 laps before this, sorry. He just has to get on the final straight in a great fashion and he will get this W. Mr. McHenry trying to get the cut back into the final corner and he gets it. Bo Snipe on the outside, he gets a wiggle. Mr. McHenry gets in the 1st place, but will it be enough? The Aston Martin has the power. Bo Snipe gets out the slipstream. Stratocaster has no chance there, leaving him for dead, even with a double slipstream, and Mr. McHenry gets it. The top 4 all covered by less than a second. Oh, I feel bad for Bo Snipe over there, man. That's the only wiggle he had all race, and it cost him big time. The Jaws music is playing. Kara sets at 211, but FV gets at 210.317. That's the reason I was humming the Jaws music, because FV is on amazing pace right now. He's definitely gonna catch Karai unless Karai finds a bit more pace, but it doesn't look like it because he is struggling with a bit of understeer on corner exit. You saw it there. You saw how much of a steering input he was having to put in that Lexus RCF. But let's take some time to appreciate what's going on over here. We got 2 Japanese drivers in 1st and 2nd place. Both of them are in Japanese cars, and we're at Suzuka in Japan. We see the Ferris wheel. It could not be more perfect than this. As FV sets another purple. I'm just gonna go out on the limb and say this: FV's gonna catch Karai, even though it looks obvious. Karai just needs to keep his car on the black stuff, because you know the deal. Catching up to someone is easier than passing them. And so look back from Karai, and it's breaking my heart, man, because I love Lexus, and he's got the revs your heart from Yamaha, man. Lexus and Yamaha work together, and I love them both. But FV's catching up to us, man. it's a bit heartbreaking. But hey man, it's a good race. But Karai must be under a ton of stress. That's all I got to say, because I'll be under stress too, because if you're driving the best you can and someone's just catching up to you with ease, especially if there's certain purples, it's a tough one. My goodness, look at the speed FV's carrying through this corner. Oh my goodness, Karai is still struggling with the understeer. The Lexus goes wide. The GTR's looking super nimble out here. Karai, you just have 1 1.25 laps to go. You just have to keep FV behind you. That's all you need to do, because I don't know, man. I'm getting touched. I told you guys, I love Lexus. So this is kind of affecting me. FV's out here just saying purples and breaking my heart even more. Oh, Karai gets it wrong into the final chicane. FV is right behind him now. Oh my goodness. The Jaws music is still playing. Did it. FV sets another 210. Karai sets another 211. Oh, it's all to play for now. Karai just needs to defend with all his might. Who is gonna be the top Japanese driver? Who's gonna be the top Japanese manufacturer? FV trying to go on the inside. They touch, but it wasn't too much to mess up Karai. Karai now just needs to defend, man. To defend with all your might. Don't try to be out here trying to drive the perfect line and get good pace, because FV's got better pace than you. At this stage, you just need to turn your car into a moving roadblock, because FV's out here. You see, FV's already lost 0.3 of a second off his last lap, because he's now directly behind Karai, and Karai does not have the pace, and Karai out here defending with all his might. Oh, he touches the grass. Can he save it? What a save. What a boy. Lexus are going to be impressed with this. They're going to say, hey, man, that's what we want to see. We know our car's not the best here, but at least you're giving it your all. And FV had to get off the throttle. He lost a bit of ground. Karai looks to be driving. Oh, Karai is driving much better than he's been this whole race. He knows what's at stake. He knows he has to give it his all to get this stop here. But FV is not going to let him have it without a fight. And FV's been supreme over here. We're gonna on board with him to see just how much better he is. The GTR is looking like a Lotus compared to the Lexus. The GTR is not nimble. It's not amazing, but look at it. No understeer. The Lexus is struggling big time with the understeer, and FV is gonna have a whole bunch of slipstream. Who Karai be able to defend? Karai chooses to go in the middle of the track, but FV says, yeah, man, you didn't cover enough if you're inside. FV's gonna have the inside, like FV gets the pass, but it looks like it's gonna go wide. Karai is gonna be able to get some better braking here because his tires are not dirty. Karai on the outside. Karai giving it all his effort to try and keep this W, but FV is still on the inside. Some touching as we hit the final corner. Who's gonna get it? Is it Karai or FV? Oh, I couldn't see. FV gets the W. Oh, that was heartbreaking for Karai. That was heartbreaking for me.